Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome back to SpeedGaming Live 2022. We are here with the grand finals of the A Link to the Past Randomizer tournament. Something we've all been waiting for and been excited for. My name is Surfy Durfy. I'm here with my great friend Epipoliticus. How are you doing, Epi?
Fantastic. Very excited for this race. And as Herfy mentioned, we've all been waiting for and kind of guessing just who was going to come out on top from this. Just absolute titans right from the round of 16, even the groups really.
Absolutely, yes.
It's our penultimate presentation of the night, and it's going to be a good one.
Yes, I expect
Best of
great
one.
things.
There's no series here. This is it for splitting the prize pool.
This is it for all the marbles. Who's going to get the big trophy? Who's going to get the slightly smaller trophy? We'll figure that out soon.
Yeah, incredibly different bragging rights here. So
obviously, I mean, look at that.
better be ready.
But yeah, I'm very excited. It looks like both of our runners are almost ready as well. It shouldn't be too long anymore. Yeah, we hope to have a great game here. I mean, you know, with the history of these two guys throughout the groups and the bracket stages, it can only be good, really, if you ask
Pretty
me.
much.
Right?
Relkin is at this point undefeated. Will that change? This is the last opportunity.
Yep.
Illus only losing one group match to Banta, and past that has been somewhat untouchable, really, in his bracket run. So it's going to be a good one.
Yep, I agree.
If this is the first one you're catching of the tournament, we can go over the mode for you a bit. People have been calling it an open boot start with hard item pool. It's pretty close to that. It's, from what I understand, slightly different. Bow and silvers get re-separated. We're time traveling back a few years in rando history.
Yep.
That's been, to me, the story of this bracket.
It definitely has been, right? We've seen a lot of people find the silver arrows, but nobody actually use them with. And yeah, it definitely makes the game feel different, right? When
Absolutely.
you're playing it.
It turns it into kind of an ice rod, or maybe closer to a cane, in that the bow is required for a couple of key points, and just those like 3, I guess, really.
Yeah.
Pod, Eastern, GT. And so it kind of gets to be anywhere.
Right.
Other than that, we obviously start with boots, which makes the game just literally go faster. Enables a lot of techniques, changes the opening route a little bit, which is fun.
Yep.
But then your swords, your shields, your mails, your bottles all get limited in the number you can pick up. So they all get placed, which is interesting because you can find them in different places between the two runners.
And we've seen a bunch of those as well, right? People finding the last sword in different places.
Yeah, that's the big one, because it can look like there's just going to be this like tempered versus mastered thing, which would be kind of pre-decided in a way because of the number of spins. And then the other sword pops up, oh, we got a race.
Yep.
And there's virtually no heart containers in the pool, which that's been another cool thing, honestly, is really seeing the runners have to perform at a top caliber under tough conditions, choosing to go into Trinex with very little health, for example, not taking the safety door because they don't want to yield even those few seconds to their opponent.
Absolutely. It's definitely, a different way to approach the thing because we've seen a lot of, there's a total of, I believe, 12 hearts max, right?
Oh, I think it's 14.
14? Okay, 14
2
hearts
containers, sank heart, and 32 heart pieces, if I'm not mistaken.
Heart.
And somebody here in chat will please correct us.
Yeah, but as you just said, the sheer number of heart pieces, it makes the growth slow, but it gives you a bunch of free refills that might come at a convenient time.
Yeah,
We've talked
absolutely.
about this before, I think in the last match we come together.
Yeah.
So
I think it was Files on Laser Bridge got to not use the safety door, so... but it looks like we're getting set to go. We got our layouts up. We got our file names, short and sweet.
Yep.
I recognize Cappy Mario on the right. I do not recognize the sprite on the left, but I'm sure chat or the crowd can help us out.
I want to say it's Cerno from... Cherno. Close enough.
Yeah. So there you go. But yeah.
Yeah, looks like they're all set and ready to go. The hash is the same as well. We were a little worried about that for a second, but Cynic did a great job.
Yeah.
Also, if anything goes wrong, it's Cynic's fault, not mine for a change. And I'm about to get strangled, I think.
Yeah. At the very least, he was pleading. How could you do this to me, Herfy? After all we've been through this weekend.
Nah, I would never.
It's been a fantastic event. We got great support here with Stump on Tracker.
Yes.
T-Sig doing tech for us.
Absolutely. Thanks to both of them.
Packed house.
Yeah, we're pretty full, and it looks like people are still filing in.
Yeah, come on in.
Come on in, watch the show.
Yeah.
Don't be shy.
And I don't know if I can get the viewer count here, but I sure hope the house is packed that way too. let's see, I'm trying to think. What else about these guys' runs has been especially... Because in one way, it's just like, keep winning. So like, that's the exciting part.
Yeah, I agree. I guess another interesting factoid that we could talk about is Illus is one of the 2020 international qualifier winners from back then.
Oh, yeah.
And with that, he had earned the flight and the hotel room to come here.
Super exciting.
You know, as a reward for winning the international qualifiers. So, you know, for being flown out and having that reward from your qualifier from 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
And to be in the grand finals, I mean, that's pretty spiffy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Getting the money you didn't even have to spend's worth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're all good. Oh, and it looks
we've got a countdown coming.
Yep, we're getting a countdown.
And we're going.
And here we go. Both of them deciding, oh, no, never mind. We've got different starts.
Oh, well, that's a convenient shovel at Link's house.
That is definitely a convenient shovel.
Nearby. And one of those ways that the route just might change a little. Green Pennant Eastern, and I think Crystal is also...
Tower of Hera Crystal. I didn't quite catch Desert, but I think it was a Crystal as well.
And I think it might have been the 6, but Stump will have to get on that, or chat or crowd. But, yeah, Bonk Rocks. You got Boots start. Here we go.
Yeah, immediately checking the Bonk Rocks. Sure, why not? We found some interesting stuff in here. Right now, we're only getting a
just a blue
rupee, of course, because it would have been too easy.
Yeah.
And I've seen this from Illus a couple of times throughout this tournament. He really likes to start off running over here to Sahasrar's hut and cleaning out those 3 items in the back.
And that's something that becomes stronger with the boot start, too. You don't have to get lucky like this with a bomb off a tree pool.
Right, exactly. That really can help as well. But we do have...
bombs off the crabs,
man,
all right.
Bombs everywhere. We're not getting much money, but we're getting all the bombs. Right,
yeah,
we're full up on bombs. We're going to check Lumberjacks. It wouldn't be the first time, you know, that we find something on there that we might need. And it's a bottle. Well,
a little spicy.
That's hard to say. We've got a second bottle in the pool somewhere.
Oh, and even the third and fourth, but
True.
they'll only be able to pick up 2. So
right. They're all placed.
There's a weird, crazy seed that puts all 3 behind that bottle, but it's likely we won't have to check it.
Right. We will most likely find another bottle somewhere. Okay, a red rupee. Relkin decides to pick that up, probably hoping to save up enough for the bottle vendor here in Kakariko in a second. And Illus, you know, content with his 3 bombs. He's not checking the tree pole. He's not grabbing the bush crab. He's just straight going into Lumberjacks to see if there's anything he might need. Sees that bottle as well.
Yeah, and so now going to be catching up with Relkin as he continues to village.
Mm-hmm. Touch the bird, and they're all still, obviously, you know, we just started 2 minutes ago. They're still close on each other's heels. Not too much strange decisions yet. Not too much where they can really diverge, right? They've
in one way,
things open.
Yeah, it's the sort of stuff that because it's early, it probably gets checked. I would say the Saha check is probably one that gets put off a little while, but that's sort of equivalent to Uncle, depending on who you ask. I've even heard people call Saha the new Uncle route.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, you think about it, they're both in front of quote-unquote pendant dungeons, right?
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get a book in here in our first check in Thief's Hut. And we're grabbing as much money as we can. We are very close to the 100 we need for the bottle winner. I think there's probably a good chance. I think there's at least 2 more 5s in the well, right? Unless...
Yeah, and if they really need it, then they'll be back in the hut to farm.
Right, exactly. So we shouldn't be too far off after we come back out of the well here. Yep, and
there you
50. Go. All right, problem solved.
Excellent.
Oh, but
getting the bomb refresh.
Didn't miss a bomb, but I mean, you know, not a big deal with 10 bombs.
Yeah. A vanilla piece of heart there for an early refill.
Yeah, already getting another heart. Ooh, and powder. That's a nice early safety, right?
Yeah.
The low amount of hearts we might have here, that's always good to have in your back pocket. You might not have to use it. Oh, okay, never mind. Immediately getting the blue mail, that's going to help a little bit as well. And immediately, you know, we're still quite a bit away from that, obviously, but blue mail immediately makes you less scared of the Dark World, where everything usually does 2 hearts of damage. And
yeah, definitely. Oh, and the early silvers. So we're going to see a fast end to this, since that bow is going to be required one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see what these guys do. They're probably just both going to finish up Kakariko here, as we would expect. They were both able to get their blue mail from the bottle vendor. And then they're probably going to go down, check the library, which is also a check you can immediately do now with the boots, right? You can, if there's anything useful on there, you can immediately grab it. Don't have to worry about it later.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, but it's also, I feel like it's been a bit of a cold spot. We'll see what's here.
Yeah.
50 more bucks. And he feels content with his 45 for now, but we've seen some really stingy seats that way. And
yeah, it's an interesting choice to make, right? Because this early on, oh, and there's a 300. Speaking
he's
of
gonna
stingy
take that
seat,
one. There you go.
Yeah, he figured, all right, why not? You know, might want to save up for Zora and also just have enough in the back pocket if you somehow happen to get into the Dark World and do dig a game or pod or whatever.
Yeah.
It's always good to have some money in your back pocket, and 45 bucks is not
Yeah, the wallet takes more damage in Dark World too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. At least more frequently, I guess. Zora's pretty much a scam.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that want your money in this game. You know, we usually get way more money than we would ever know what to do with in this game.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunately not the case for us in real life, but that's a whole different topic.
Now, I feel like whenever I think they found all the 300s, that like right after there's just another one. They just keep popping out.
Yep. All right, Relkin also picked up a shovel, and he's probably going to immediately check the shovels, but I don't think we've seen Illus check that shovel spot yet, even though he's had the shovel like right from the start of the game. So.
Yeah, he directed himself immediately east and checked out Saha, so we'll see what's happening here, but making the same monetary decisions here, and we'll see them about equal in rupees, about 27 difference, I guess.
Yeah, not too much difference. Probably not going to make the difference in the end, and, well, more money.
A little stretch there, yeah.
All right, we're going to see that same check from Illus right now, I would assume, since he's already here.
Yep.
Going to be equally disappointed, but he's going to be at a nice, even 340.
He's just not going to bother.
He just doesn't even bother.
Yeah. If he was going to save and quit anyway, yeah, he saves the time with the fanfare and whatnot, of course.
All right, I think we're going to be sticking to the same routes here pretty much. I would be surprised if we see much divergence. They're both going to check out the South Shore.
Yep.
Maybe even, you know, either make their way over to Ice Rock Cave or Agina, depending on which way they want to go first. It looks like Illus just starting on the right side here, which...
Yeah, he's been playing this from right to left and going to Agina sometimes.
Yeah.
It kind of works better with that momentum, really.
Yeah, and it's paid off before, if I'm remembering correctly, right?
So at least well enough to get him here, even if it was detrimental itself. But yeah, getting the bomb tech here with the Moldorms, and you find out just how weird their hitboxes are as they dance around them, but most of the time cooperative here.
Yeah, it's not a great time. We're down to 2 bombs, but we should be fine.
Yeah.
Getting some more money. Ooh, and a mirror.
That's
okay,
nice.
And a glove.
Yeah.
And a lamp.
Okay. Yeah.
And a glove. Another glove. Okay. I mean, you know, just put the Triforce in there and call it a day.
We're out of here, folks. It's over. No. But yeah, well packed, and Relkin making equal work of the mini Moldworms here. Maybe even a touch faster. Gonna get his dearth of access here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, wow.
And I think they're going to be pretty much, you know, neck and neck again once Illus is done with his dam check here.
Yeah.
That.
Well, watch your mouth. We're live.
Oh man, I wasn't prepared for the dad joke. All right, here we go. We see Relkin is making his way over to Ice Rock Cave. I feel like Illus is probably going to continue on to Agina, right? So
yeah, with the momentum, and there he goes.
They're both kind of opting to. Well, I don't. Maybe it's a little early to say isolate, but they're both kind of isolating different spots, right? Both on the extreme.
Literally in the corners of the map,
exactly.
too, and it can be sort of. It's funny how the brain will sort of map to that space. Yeah, that thing down there. Just as well if Illus never checks Ice Rock Cave, though. There's just 5 rupees.
Yeah, absolutely nothing of worth in there. And I'm afraid we're maybe going to see the same here. And yep,
exactly.
exactly the same. Yeah. All right, well. So
I was going to suggest that they were the one of them's the male upgrade, maybe.
Maybe,
both of them grabbing the same first one.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That definitely
but it couldn't be both of them because there's not 3 males.
True.
Well, I mean, not 3 pick up anyway.
Yeah.
We're going to get the... Look in the desert with the book, which I guess really missing the fact we had it so early. Yeah.
Yeah, true. I mean, that's not a bad choice. I'm trying to, you know, check it in there.
That was a hammer.
That was a hammer?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so this is gonna do pretty well. The hammer not so useful. We do have the powder right now though. So while we're in the light world, we do get 1 check out of that, but obviously super useful in terms of getting into the dark world.
Right, exactly. First of all that, and secondly, it's also their first real weapon, right?
Yeah. No sword yet. We've seen an early sword quite a bit with these, and some folks say that makes it smell like a Gina, or a Gina Aghanim, excuse me. But we'll see. Got a big key early. A dungeon obviously affected by this boot start, the long hallways, and the torch.
Yes.
So we don't have to wait and see if we can finish this. We'll just get through.
All right, just a compass on there. Oh, and there's, well, that solves the problem with the lumberjacks, right?
Yeah.
So we've got our first bottle on Relkin's side. He is continuing his water walk. Probably, you know, he was farming for Zora money earlier, so obviously he's going to go up there and check out what he can. He's first going to take a quick visit over to the floating, or rather the Lake Hylia Island, which had a single green rupee on it. I highly doubt anyone is going to want that anytime soon.
Yeah. Get a little padding for his wallet as he goes to spend 500 and a blue goo, which that's been another interesting thing with these, right? The bottle being empty to start, you almost route the waterfall very differently because of it, because you're like, hey, this might help.
Yeah, right. And I mean, obviously, you know, a blue goo, usually, as I said earlier, we usually have enough money to, you know, throw around and buy some potions and stuff, but first, you know, you probably want to find the flute to get over there easily and stuff like that. You're not always around. So a free blue potion, nobody's going to say no to that.
Absolutely. And we do see Illus taking that weapon into the back of Desert Palace now. I think it's basically that and the bombs are his options against Lammo.
Pretty much,
thankfully the hammer doesn't run out.
Yeah, thankfully. I mean, he's a little low on hearts. He's grabbing an extra one here, which is probably a good idea.
Oh, but Beamos has a little bit something to say. Oh, no.
That was painful. Well,
gosh.
Okay, we got to be a little careful here. It's, you know, we've seen crazier things, but a half-hard Lammo fight isn't optimal. I think we get 2 more here, so we should be fine. We do have the land
Dodging
to
the
open this
Igor,
up.
and we'll see if he do-si-dos back, or picked up his health.
So it's, but definitely keep an eye on this fight because, you know, you have to be pretty close with the hammer to hit Lammo before it goes all over the place, and they shoot out those little rocks when they come out of the ground, so it's pretty easy to get hit sometimes.
Yeah, you have to be aware of each of them as you take on the fight, and then the change in the explosion pattern on the last one.
Yeah.
I will admit I missed what was on King's Tomb. Our tracker did not light up anything new.
Yeah.
But we got 1 Lambo down, and it looked like just rupees in the back of Escape.
Yeah, a couple of bombs and rupees in the back of Escape. And,
we're down to 1 heart.
Illus doing a great job, I was just going to say, but...
Oh, and wow, cutting that real close on the projectiles.
Yeah, no, but only the last one
knowing
left.
Exactly where those things spawn, but having to deal with that tiny hammer hitbox.
You
but
can see on his face he's not happy
wow.
about the buddy made it.
Excellent fight. Holy cow.
Nicely done. Yeah, that deserves a clap for sure.
He should get better than a boomerang for that. But hey, you know, it's not my choice.
Gets a red boomerang for his trouble, but he also gets his first crystal for his trouble, and that's really the important part, right?
What's that second item out of there, too, maybe?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. But yeah, wow, great fight.
Yeah,
it's an exciting start.
All right, and nope, apparently not.
Oh,
the
okay.
second item, he just went straight to the back. We're gonna go look on the right side to see what the second item might be. Meanwhile, Relkin also coming over here to the desert area, doesn't want to leave Agina for too long.
He's gonna get his blue rupee and Tash back out. Looks like he'll make the same play to desert.
So he's going to be seeing his hammer on the desert ledge in a second. And we'll probably also immediately head in.
Yeah, I mean, these are the kind of plays you're going to have to make to win this, right?
Yeah, obviously.
And at the very least, we can say Illus finishing his fight, it did not cost him, and that crystal's only getting him closer to the end.
Right, exactly. So definitely not a bad decision or anything. There's the second item, only a piece of heart. But at least, you know, you won't have it in the back of your head the whole seat that you left an item in desert, and then you never know, right?
But the SQ and out to Sanctuary as Relkin continues his way through desert. We're going to see Illus now probably pick up in similar order the graveyard-related checks here.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, the other item we left out in terms of the mode, no half magic.
Oh,
and in general, it just feels like the seed then ends up so low on magic a lot of the time. And these runners expressing just a little bit of that subtle knowledge, knowing where all the pickups are.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
It
he knows
certainly
he's going to
helps.
need some magic in the back of this dungeon. He's picking up every bit he can so he can run those torches.
And it's, it's always a better feeling to have like a full magic bar, at least, some sort of magic or resource that you can use if you need to, rather than scrounging for magic everywhere you need to go. Okay, we can't continue on there. Relkin deciding to go for the right side first before he picks up his hammer here, which means he's having a little trouble getting through all these rooms, having to wait or dodge some Ropas or some other enemies that get in his way.
Yeah.
Nothing he's really having trouble with. It's just costing him some additional time, right? Having to dodge all this stuff and being patient about it without being able to just hit it with a hammer and call it a day.
Sort of the ultimate impulse weapon. But yeah, I guess that definitely puts a little bit of a delay on his run here. But I mean, by the end of it, he'll be out of it and won't have to double back. So
right, exactly.
Oh, trying to damage boost here, but getting caught in the sand trap.
Yeah, that's
or I guess really
unfortunate.
bonk boost and maybe get the iframe. But
meanwhile,
I'll admit I don't know if that's something he put together there. If it's something people normally do.
I have no idea, to be honest. We're picking up an old man here on the mountain. Illus deciding up here, we've got the mirror, why not? Might as well check some stuff out. Relkin picking up his hammer. Let's see what the old man's got for us.
Piece of heart.
All right.
It's a refill.
That's
Thanks,
another
Grandpa.
heart. Sure, we'll take it. We're at 6 hearts now. Illus getting bullied by the cabbages, as is, standard normally up here.
Eat your vegetables.
We've had some interesting discussions about that this weekend, not related to this game immediately, but, only $50.
And a full magic there for
oh, yeah, that's
Relkin.
very
I mean,
nice.
just in case something goes really weird with the torches, I guess. But for now, otherwise not too useful.
Imagine having to light the torches so many times.
All right, we got 5, 6 were Skull and Thieves. I missed
Yep.
where the pendants were.
I also did. I was so mesmerized by the 5 and 6 crystals in the
big,
top left corner.
big red shiny. That's all we see.
All right, we
Hopefully
are
Stealth
getting
got him, but help us out.
our first tablet check. Oh,
Oh,
that's
one of the heart
one of
containers.
the few heart containers.
You
so,
might actually see that get picked up
yeah.
if the Master Sword's nearby, especially.
like if we somehow happen to
Or-
be back here.
I guess we're down
conveniently.
a sword. It would have to be 2 swords in Harrow, really, to make it super worth.
Seems unlikely, but
Yeah. Crazier things have happened.
it's true. It's true. I mean, we've gotten both of the gloves earlier in one cave, so
Yeah, right. Oh, wow.
What the?
Nice kill.
Very
All right.
nicely
Wow.
done, yes.
Yeah, excellent fight.
All right, we have to go to the basement. There is no way for us to Harapot. We have none of the equipment that we might need, I think.
Yeah, wow, that was a doozy on the
Yeah,
inside.
yeah, definitely. Well, very well done. Like a great.
I was
fight.
going to try to make sure we noticed it before the end, but
Yeah,
barely had a chance.
Right, I was just about to start talking about the boss fight, but then it was over. So, well, he's got nobody but himself to blame.
Illus playing to the crowd here as he waits for the tiles to hit the pegs in his iframe sprite.
I'm just waiting for the good old door to open up so we can grab the big key and finally make our way to the interesting part of the dungeon.
Yeah. It's neat they put a sports mini game in here though. You got to goaltend all those tiles. Oh, big
Okay,
key.
there we go.
I mean, it had to be, but yeah.
Yeah. Would have been surprising if it wasn't, but never say never.
Yeah.
All right, we're going up Tower of Hera on Illus side, and Relkin is quitting to Sanctuary.
Yeah.
He will probably also make his way up the mountain, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's a good amount of items that you should be able to get between the mirror and the hammer. Obviously, in the glove and the lamp to be able to get up through Old Man in sequence.
Yeah.
That's not usually an issue for our runners. Nice little management of the recoil from Illus there with the hard hats, too.
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
wondering how he's going to deal with it. We've seen a lot of spin strats there. You're able to hit them all at once, but he used their weight against them, really.
Illus taking a little bit of time with the bomb jump, but, this is one bomb jump especially. You'd rather take another second
Absolutely.
than fall down,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah, a second can be worth 2 minutes.
yep. Well, Hera has been pretty boring so far as items are concerned, at least, but interesting. You know, I thought Illus put down the pegs earlier to maybe grab some hearts to refill here, but he decided to just run past and not care. Maybe more of a safety precaution in case he gets knocked off or something like that, right?
Yeah,
because
I figure
with
if
the
you're
hammer,
already taking that little bit of loss, you may as well make sure you don't die after that, right?
Absolutely.
Compounding interest of sorts.
No big problem here,
Yeah,
killing
no.
Moldorm, and it's a map.
Golly.
I think we got both items already, and they were so boring I didn't even realize it.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're up to 2 crystals already, and about to be 2 crystals apiece in short order, I should think.
Yeah, and I mean, so far nothing really that would, you know, lead them to vastly different approaches of stuff. Where do you go after this? I mean, Illus is obviously heading to the right side with a hammer. He's going to check what's on the floating island, probably jump down to do Spiral Cave.
Yeah, back up through...
Okay, we've got Eastern Pod and Swamp as
Yeah,
pendants there.
Yeah.
So at least we have that information now. And
Yep. Oh, yeah, Spiral without the sword.
yeah,
you got to
no
run
fun.
and stop. Scary Berry.
Usually people complain about not having boots in here, but having boots and no sword is, you know, equally as no fun
Yeah,
as
if
not having the boots.
you got to be careful how you talk about that to the genie, right? Just, all right, you got the boots, but
Yep.
good luck, kid.
That's a whole monkey paw situation right there.
Yeah, and there's our Moon Pearl. That was the thing
alright.
that kind of felt like it was going to open up here.
Yeah,
Or he had
absolutely.
hammer in both gloves, so...
So
Good
here
stuff.
finally our Dark World axes. And I mean, you know, we're on the right side of Death Mountain here, so, you know, no better time to find the Moon Pearl, really. We've got some more checks to do. We can probably bonk across the first chest in the Hookshot Cave. We can see what Turtle Rock needs from us.
Yeah, a lot of information available, and we saw the quick swap to the mirror so we can set up the parallel dimensions of the hook check.
Yep.
So yeah, 7 in here, 4 in Hookshot Cave if you wanted to hover through it, but probably just the 1.
Probably,
2 in
yeah.
Super Bunny. Yeah, it's a lot of info.
Yeah, and a lot of potential for good items. So far, you know, kind of lacking, but we still got some stuff left. More Moldorms to be annoying.
Yep. Yeah, that hammer hitbox, especially against such a generally agile enemy, can be a real pain. That last one was pretty cooperative, though. He said, you know what, just get it over with.
Nothing fancy here. We got some more money, which...
I like the boomerang thrown from Relkin. That was pretty fancy.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, but yeah, items-wise. And yeah, similar strat here, throwing the weight around.
All right, and off to the Dark World side we go. Well, Relkin is making his way up Tower of Hera. And as you said, going to be grabbing his second crystal here in not too much time. He doesn't even bother putting down the packs. Sure, why not?
Yeah, feeling pretty confident. This is something these guys have been pretty well practiced with.
And I mean, as you said, you know, guys undefeated all the way through.
Oh, and also the heart knowledge there with the pots is able to top himself off.
Yep.
Otherwise, he was in about the shape that Illus was when he started the fight. Just a couple of rupees there, passing up the magic because he knows he's full.
Yeah, we're not getting anything out of Death Mountain here.